Today I am reading a poem. It is called Invictus. It's a poem to hopefully get you in a better mood if you're not in a good mood. And I am also telling a story about myself, about how I overcame the difficulty of having no friends to having a few more friends now. Okay, so starting off, here's the poem. I'm gonna read on my phone. Invictus. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. So, what I like about this poem is that it's easy to understand. I have read very few poems in my life, and that has been one of them. Totally forgot about this when I was recording. I am trying to grow this channel. I am trying to reach my first 1,000 subscribers. If you want to help me reach that goal and be one of my subscribers and you want to click subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Also, if you are liking this content and you want to hit the like button, that would also help me out very much. It would make me more visible in the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so very much. There's not a lot of guesswork as to understand what the meaning behind is, and the meaning behind is just to fight, to not let the world defeat you, sort of defeat the world despite this, whatever difficulties the world may present, despite whatever circumstances the world may throw at you. Easier said than done. If you're watching this and you struggle with any type of depression condition, whether it be bipolar or major depressive disorder or any kind of depression condition, you know better than me that sometimes this means that there is absolutely no hope. So I'm making this video and this channel to let you know there is hope, and that you have one mission every day, and that is to stay in this world. So I'm about to talk about friends and stuff. You don't have to make friends. You don't have to get that girl. You don't have to get that guy. You don't have to get that job. Every day you have one mission to achieve, in my opinion, and that is to stay in this world. And then I'll also discuss about how I went from having no friends to having friends. Now, I don't say that in any way to be cool. I am deeply appreciative of the friendships that I have right now, and it's not all perfect, by the way. These are new friendships, and there's lots of conflict. So basically I did it by moving to Colorado, using the Meetup app, and going over and over to a meetup. So that's how I did it. So what is a Meetup app? So if you're not in the United States or in a larger city, the Meetup app won't apply to you. I apologize for saying it that way, and don't let that discourage you though. There's other ways to make friends. But Meetup is essentially it's a website to make friends. It's activity groups, and each activity is called a meetup. So for example, there could be a tennis meetup or a tennis group. That group is called a meetup, so it'd be a tennis meetup, just means tennis group. and they say the tennis group meets Thursdays at 12, so the tennis meetup is Thursdays at 12, and strangers will get together and play tennis every Thursday at 12. And eventually they become more familiar with each other. So I went to one for improv comedy, and you know, I'm from Venezuela, I've lived in South Carolina and in New York City, and then I moved to Colorado. And in my opinion, on average, personalities in Colorado are much friendlier than in New York City. Although I've heard that there's places like Ireland, like Mississippi, where people are even friendlier than in Colorado, which is kind of hard to imagine, because here people are not just friendly, they're very like supportive. Not everyone, but like a lot of people. So I went on these meetups, right, over and over, and I found what's called a friends group, which I didn't know existed. And I was on these meetups going, and one day they tell me, hey, do you want to join our, like, you're allowed to join our WhatsApp group, or they said it some other way, but. And I joined their WhatsApp group, and they had already formed, become friends before, and they were going over and over on meetups. I mean, on Hangouts. And I've known them for a year. I've been in their group for about 6 months. Like, admitted into it, I guess. And it's been great. I've done a lot of things I've never done before. I've gone to a national park, and among other things. And it's not all great, okay? Like, there's about 7 members in the group. I've had a lot of conflict with 3 of them. I may not be friends with 2 or 3 of them. I'm not sure. So it's not all great, but there's been a few members in the group, 3 or 4 members who are super nice and are showing me friendships that, to a level that I didn't even know was possible. I always feel like I'm giving too much information, but what I mainly want to say is that before that, I had no friends, like 0. Okay, and before that, I had a situation happen that I'm not really ready to talk about on this channel yet, where I had lost sort of, you could, like, all social connections pretty much. Like, I had like a tragedy happen. So I was coming from a place where I didn't have any friends, but also I had less people in my life than I've ever known. So similar to the poem, I just sort of kept going despite the adversity. And I guess you could say my head remained unbowed, like in the, not lyrics, but like the lyrics of the poem. I don't know how to say lyrics in poem. But what I'm trying to say is that through keeping going, I have found a few people through this group that have shown me friendship and support to a degree that I didn't even know was possible. I didn't know people were so friendly and so supportive. And now I get to have these friends and stuff, again, with a lot of conflict sometimes. But that's my message for today. I hope this video finds you well. I seem to have an ability to ramble. This was not meant to take 9 minutes, but that's how long it took. Thank you, and you can do this.